Hey, welcome to Integrated Preparedness. I'm Steve Smith. Have you noticed what's going on in our country? It's hard to miss. I know all of you have. You have a real good grasp of it. It's multidimensional. It is a purposeful assault on the American citizen, the American family. And it's more now than an assault, it's a war, and I think it is time that we talked about war. People have thrown around the word war. The question has been put up, are we headed towards a civil war? Are we headed towards a revolution? What does that look like? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter a bit. Let the academics argue. And I know what makes the difference, and many of you do too. But when it comes down to it, it doesn't matter. It's going to be an academic argument for later on. It's the old scenario of they have been at war with us for a long time, but we didn't recognize it. Now, a lot of us did, okay, but a lot of us didn't. Not enough of us have. And we have not been at war with them. We have tried to be reasonable. We've tried to work within the system. We have tried to be good, law-abiding citizens, as both good citizenship and our religious foundations tell us to. We look back at the turmoil that finally drove the colonists to make a major decision that shook the world. And we've asked ourselves, what would they do in this situation? Would they stand for this? I think the answer is they wouldn't have stood for half of it. This war that they are in against us has escalated to the point to where they are now using the threat of starving our families to bring us into line. In order to do that, they're using the complicit corporations, many of whom have a bent towards the socialist end of the spectrum anyway, who believe in things that we don't, who believe in things that are diametrically opposed to what we stand for. And they are using them, the corporations, the companies that people work for, as the hammer to bring us into submission. Last year they shut down businesses. They ruined thousands, tens of thousands of families by putting small businesses, family businesses, out of business for good. They ruined other people by shutting down the businesses they worked at. And in exchange, they give them a pittance of a few dollars here and there. Money that was stolen from them to begin with, but for which too many were oh so thankful. We see what's happening now. I had the opportunity to see something the other night. Someone shared with me a video message from the CEO of their hospital system and I tell you, it was something to see. I'm going to cover more later on, not right now. But the arrogance of this, telling everyone in this hospital system that they had to get the jab in order to keep their job, was just beyond belief. I have other choice remarks to make about that at another time. I want to keep it on track here. Have you seen the resistance in Australia? If you haven't, I've posted a lot of it over on Patreon. Come watch it. They are standing up and they are resisting and they are starting to fight back and they are in big numbers and they are in the streets. And we can learn from that. They let it get ahead of them. It's almost to that point here. However, we have a big resistance here, bigger than most people know. A lot of corporate employees and a lot of healthcare employees specifically are standing up against the tyrannical overreach of the corporations for which they work. They're not just taking to the streets. They're not doing that as big as a lot of people think because they're doing it in a different way. They're not going to work. They're going to be, they're not going to participate in a system that's trying to destroy them and their families. Make no mistake, this is a war on the family. When somebody tries to take away your ability to feed your children, that's a threat against your children. It's not about being healthy. They know better than that. Either they're stupid or they're lying. I know they're lying. I suspect they're stupid. But, they're probably both. It doesn't make any difference. When you threaten family, that's more serious than I will say on here. People used to take that stuff more seriously. People are being pushed into understanding that now. There is a huge resistance within healthcare. That is putting patient care at risk. And still, the system is not responding to that. They're doubling down. They're trying to fight back. The government itself is beyond our reach. We can't affect the national government in an immediate way. These corporations are within our reach. They don't realize it, but they are within our reach. They have stated, essentially, if we don't take the jab, they will destroy us. Oh, they won't say that. They'll say, well, you can go work someplace else. But these people in healthcare, now that this national mandate has come down from the moron in chief, they can't go anywhere because the new directive under him says that every healthcare facility that accepts Medicare and Medicaid has to require vaccination. So these people in healthcare, where do they go? They have nowhere to go. These are people with 30 years in the business, 30 years in their profession. Where are they going to go? Many of them are leaving. Many of them are quitting. Many of them are retiring. This is going to threaten the quality of healthcare for citizens beyond what you can believe. I could tell you stories. I'm not going to yet. A couple of weeks, I'm going to tell you some stories that you're going to want to hear. What these people haven't realized is this. They think that they are going to destroy the people who won't take the jab. They don't realize that those people, once they understand how serious this really is, once they understand, and I'm talking to you all now, you all who are having to make that very, very tough decision. These corporations are attacking your families. It's not just you. It's not your career. They're attacking your families. They are the willing accomplice. They are the willing hammer of an overreaching, tyrannical government, and they're threatening your children. And they don't care. You know why? They don't have the same feeling about families you do. To them, their corporation is the only family they know, the only family they care about. And they will gladly threaten to destroy yours to keep theirs making money so that they can get those real nice bonuses. Do you understand that you can destroy them? Do you understand that they can't destroy you unless you let them? But that you can destroy them? There are many ways to fight. Yesterday I talked about going galt, and I had one of our very good viewers and subscribers and commenters come on and said that it just wasn't his nature to hide, and he was going to fight. He was a fighter. He had to fight, and he was. I didn't take that as an insult. I didn't take that as a response to me. I didn't feel that he was calling me a hider, because that's not the tone of his past remarks, and even of that when I told him that I understood. But I was going to make a responding video to that, but I'm going to slide it in here. There are many ways to fight. Those who fight overtly tend to think that those who fight covertly aren't fighting. Okay. Those who fight covertly think that those who fight overtly are martyring themselves. Both those who fight overtly and those who fight covertly don't even know that those who are fighting clandestinely are fighting. If you understand the difference between those, you understand what I'm saying. If not, you can Google it and see. The point is that everyone who is fighting is fighting. When I talked about going galt, taking yourself out of the system, not continuing to feed that beast, I didn't say that I wasn't fighting, or that I didn't intend to fight, or that I didn't think anyone else should fight. I do. It's a matter of establishing a position of safety and away from where the beast can have a catastrophic effect on you by withholding or withdrawing from you. You don't do that. You take yourself out from underneath the influence of the beast, and then you fight. You all who are being threatened with destruction by these corporations, you can destroy them. I'm not going to tell you how. I'm going to suggest, that your opinion about them widely spread. There's a lot of lawsuits out there. There are so many lawsuits out there. These corporations who think they're so important now and so untouchable, their lawyers are going to be so busy, and they are going to be paying out the yin-yang for years over this stuff. There's already a hospital that has turned around on this. There are already who are postponing their drop-dead dates on getting a shot because they're seeing what's happened. It's a groundswell. It's a big movement. They had no idea this was coming. And they really don't have any idea what to do about it now. You ought to see the scurrying around that's going on right now. They're scared. I want to encourage all of you. You push back, you stand up, you fight, and you can win. You may not win this immediate battle. Doesn't matter. You're going to win this war against those corporations if you will do it. You can destroy them. I will leave that up to you to figure out what your way is to do that. Make no mistake, this is a matter potentially of life and death. You let people take away your jobs, you let them take away your professions, because some moron in Washington, a bunch of people that Look like garden gnomes. Want to make money. It's time to fight, guys. They've been at war with us for a long time. You, have to decide whether it's time that you're at war with them. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.